Hello, hi everyone. Thanks for taking your time to see the video. And thanks to UC Berkeley and Christina for giving us this opportunity to present our work. I briefly start with an introduction. So I am Hitesh. Hello. I work with Indus Action. We are a nonprofit based in New Delhi, India. We have been working on different legislated rights focused on social welfare in India for the past 10 years. We work in around 12 Indian states and have a 40-member team. Our core focus is on ensuring that welfare policies focused on vulnerable families. The rate of delivery is improved in those welfare policies. And we focus on key moments of a family's life, such as childbirth, family planning, school entry, transition, job transitions, and retirement. Indus Action has been able to unlock value worth $77 million over the past 10 years for citizens of India, which in social welfare policies, which are rights for these families. Our vision is to enable 1 million vulnerable families sustainable access to legislated rights through a portfolio of welfare entitlements and rights which are mandated by the Parliament in India. In this today, I'll be talking about a specific social welfare scheme that we work on in New Delhi. It's called Building and Construction Workers Act. It's a social protection scheme which provides a bouquet of welfare protection to construction workers in Delhi, which ranges from maternity benefit, scholarship for their children, and loan for their tools, etc. The primary focus of the policy is to ensure that the socioeconomic precarity in the life of the vulnerable and the poor is addressed through the support provided by the state. There are around 1 million workers in New Delhi, who are supposed to benefit from the welfare fund, which is amounts to around $300 million in Delhi government's offer. But the challenge is that the workers still continue to face challenges in accessing the welfare benefits mandated for them. A typical worker persona is that they have limited education literacy. They migrate from impoverished parts of the country, such as UP, Bihar, Jharkhand, and Chhattisgarh, to urban centers like Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore. In this case, we will specifically be focusing on Delhi. The daily wage, ranges from $4 to $6 per day, and there is massive job insecurity because the daily wage and the work itself can change from day to day. And on top of that, if they want to access welfare schemes, they have to go through multiple process challenges, such as lengthy forms, information asymmetry, exploitative middlemen, very slow and complex digital interface, which ultimately all these things together add to the chronic stress that they're already feeling during the complex life moments in those families, such as childbirth. So yeah, uh, so in totality, from a macro level in Delhi, there are around 10 to 15 lakh construction workers. These workers have to move from the point of registration in this funnel to the point when they make successful claims and access money. As you see, that the funnel is narrowing from left to right. The objective is to ensure that the funnel doesn't get narrow on the right hand side of this Sankey map. Therefore, Indus Action has been trying to introduce multiple interventions in collaboration with the state government to ensure that citizens are able to access their welfare benefit. Uh, so the key design principles that we choose to apply are specifically moments that matter. We try to ensure that the state has access to, the citizen provides the state information about the key moments that matter, whether it's childbirth, maternity, scholarship for the children, pension, and marriage. And the state solves that problem only once. For instance, the state has the citizen only fills the form once, and the state is able to provide welfare benefit for all these different categories of scheme. At the same time, we try to bridge the information asymmetry through a grievance redressal helpline. We are redesigning the digital portal, which is a website for application, and addressing the poor UI and UX experienced by the citizen, which ultimately leads to a very high transaction cost for the citizen. On an average, the citizen spends 4 times the daily wage in accessing the welfare benefits, which includes the wage that they forego by consistently being in queues and lines while during their application process. Some of the welfare benefits are mentioned here, which is a pretty good amount in the context because, for instance, a maternity benefit for two first live births for a construction worker family goes a long way in cushioning against the expenses incurred in hospitals from these families. The objective that we are chasing purely from citizen UX metrics is that we're able to reduce the time spent by a citizen in processing the application within 25 minutes. Currently that time hovers around 40 minutes to 1 hour. The money spent by the citizen is less than 200 rupees during the whole transaction, which is half their a daily wage in comparison to previously, which was around 4 times the daily wage. We're trying to work with frontline offices and the government to ensure that the process is less cumbersome. And we're redesigning the process flow as well. This is a glimpse of the new website that we are building, which ensures that all these things happen. Uh, and we're also working with the frontline officials in reducing the SLA time. Uh, and the idea is that we set up these community intervention registration camps. We enable, easy online application, and build the system of outreach and grievance redressal for the workers, which ultimately leads to an outcome where workers have more money. These are some of our interventions that we have made purely from a human-centered design perspective, where we focus on community intervention. We at the same time we also focus on grievance redressal system of the citizens. These are some of our helpline callers who are making these calls to construction workers in Delhi. Uh, at last, what we're trying to sum up, what we're trying to do is that the citizens in this category, construction workers in Delhi, are able to access the social protection mechanisms in as streamlined manner as possible and in shortest and the lowest amount of cost. Therefore, the idea is that the stress and the cognitive load experienced by the citizens is reduced during that whole process of transaction. What we are expecting from the PEP community is that the to work with the hypothesis that we are operating with, that the reduction in the process, the pressure during this process and the digital experience can lead to reduction in the cognitive load and the chronic stress experienced by these vulnerable families. As I have already shared, they're already in a life stage which is a high pressure moment in all the moments that matter. Therefore, a complex digital process experience adds to that chronic stress and anxiety. So can there be a cognitive comparative study of cognitive load and stress experienced by vulnerable citizens in accessing these social welfare schemes? And can we build an advocacy narrative around the consequence of administrative burden on the mental state and challenges faced by the citizens who are already in a high pressure during the key moments? So yeah, thank you so much. This is where I'll end. Yeah, thanks for taking your time. Yeah.